It has been almost a month since the Assimilation season began in Apex Legends, and I figured it would be no better time than now to review the new content, while also giving the free-to-play Battle Royale game a general review. I'm really going to try to keep these coming a little more consistently, and if you enjoy this type of thing, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with new reviews and the like. Apex Legends is a free-to-play Battle Royale first-person shooter from the folks at Respawn Entertainment. The main draw of the game is that it is free, but there is a Battle Pass system in place that will cost you roughly $12 and serves as a way to earn cool, Battle Pass exclusive loot to customize your legends and weapons with. In the same vein as Fortnite, the game throws a mashup of 60 players into a large map to have at each other until there is only one team standing. Players queue up in teams of 3 before airdropping into the map to hunt each other down, and it really can be quite fun, so long as you have a proper team. I threw down an airstrike right on him. Come revive me. Yeah, I'm down. I'm right down here though. I threw a fucking Yeah, what are you doing? You're just over here. We're over here fighting, and you're over there with your thumb in your ass. The fuck? Elliot, I'm over here. Where are you going? Fucking come back. Right down here. No. You should have revived me.
Where were you?
I was here right past me.
I didn't even see you.
Currently, the game's roster holds 12 characters to choose from, and each one of them have their own unique abilities for you to experiment with. If lore is your type of thing, each of the characters have a backstory for you to dive into. You've got to go online and do some internet searching to find out these details, but they are there should you be so inclined to do that research, which is a nice touch. Apex is a great looking game. The various legends have a great design, and you can tell that a lot of effort was put into making sure that each one of them look unique from one another. Great care and attention to detail has been put into the gun cosmetics as well, and there are a ridiculous amount of those to choose from if excessive customization is your thing. If you're not a member of the PC Master Race, fret not. The game plays just fine and looks smooth on a regular HD TV via console, so long as you don't have internet lag akin to what you'd find on a McDonald's public Wi-Fi network. Apex isn't a game that you can just pick up and play. It does take some getting used to. That being said, it doesn't take long to learn the ins and outs of the mechanics Respawn have deployed into this game. Sure, you can just jump in guns blazing and run amok trying to riddle whoever you see with bullets, but Apex really rewards team-focused gameplay at the end of the day, and there are small but genius mechanics worked into the game that will set apart those who know what they are doing from those who haven't a clue or a care. When landing in the map, you want to try to stick together with your team, so in the event that you don't get any good weapons, your homies can have your back until you do. Once you've geared yourself up, it's time to start venturing towards the circle. Or if you were lucky enough to land in the circle, you can just plant your ass and defend, or continue looting while you kill time, waiting for other players to venture into your territory. The circle shrinks over time, as is common for Battle Royale games, so playing successfully involves knowing when to advance and when to stay put. You don't want to lollygag too much, because if you do, you'll be constantly under pressure to outrun the circle each time it shrinks, and you don't want to become too aggressive, as you might wander into a well-defended area and receive a horrible shit mixing because you were too preoccupied with running ahead of your team to get all the good stuff before they could. The sliding mechanic is a pretty cool feature in the game, as it really helps with when you are fleeing the shield, an enemy team, or fleeing both. When running, you can hit the crouch button to enter a slide animation and pick up speed. If you do this maneuver down a gigantic hill, for instance, it is a much more effective method than simply running, as you become a smaller profile target and you move much quicker. Combine it with a character like Pathfinder's grapple ability, and you are able to create some really fun Spider-Man-like situations for navigating the map. As stated in the start of the review, this is not a launch review. The game has been out for almost a year at this point, and new content has been added over the course of 4 seasons now since its launch. The newest changes to come would be the new Legend Revenant, the new Sentinel sniper rifle, and a good change up to the current map, World's Edge. Revenant is the most recent legend to join the ranks after Season 3's edition of Crypto. He's an Assault class legend, and he's got a real hit-and-run style of play to him. His passive ability allows him to crouch walk faster than other legends, and he is able to climb significantly higher than any other legend as well. This passive ability trait really helps with sneakily closing gaps on enemy teams and catching them unaware regardless of their position. His tactical ability allows him to disable other legends' tactical abilities while also slowing them down and generally inconveniencing any potential plays they might be about to throw at you. His ultimate ability is really unique and serves to properly set him apart from the rest of the assault crowd, which is nice because at this point there's around 5. What are you doing, Respawn? Anyways, dubbed the Death Totem, using his ultimate ability places said totem of death on a surface of your choosing. After it has been placed, interacting with the totem gives your legend a good 40-ish seconds to abandon self-preservation instincts and go all out on the enemy. If you are defeated during the death protection that the totem offers, you are instantly revived with full shield energy and a pubic hair's worth of health at the totem's location. As I said, it's a real game changer in many ways when compared to the other game's pre-existing ults. For example, you could pop the totem down on a sniper perch with the rest of your team, and then leave the perch to distract and engage the enemy while your teammates continue to observe, snipe, and maybe take advantage of the chaotic environment you've created for the other team. You could also pop it down mid-firefight in a close quarters situation for an easy way to flip the scenario should your team be getting their shit severely mixed. Just make sure you put it a decent distance away from the action, or you'll just end up reviving into a hail of bullets and lose any potential advantage you were to gain. I have mixed feelings about the Sentinel, but they are invalid mixed feelings in terms of how good the weapon actually is. I personally like to get up close and personal with most of my targets, so handing me a sniper rifle in most games is like handing a burrito to someone with no thumbs, but I digress. In long-range situations, I am absolute dog shit with this weapon. Strangely enough, in close quarters situations, I get some pretty good use out of the thing. With iron sights or a good 1x holographic, it is relatively easy to pop off high damage headshots and ruin somebody's day. I'm sure that in capable hands it is even better in long-range situations, but as I said, my long-range sniping capabilities are bottom of the barrel trash. The gun also features a nice disruption mode, if you are willing to sacrifice a cherished shield battery, but the outcome is worth it, as if landing a charged shot guarantees 100 damage dealt to your target's body armor. The final thing to talk about here before getting into my conclusive verdict would be the latest makeover that the game has received. It is still the World's Edge map that was added to the game in Season 3, but as with King's Canyon getting a makeover in Season 2, World's Edge is sporting a new look in Season 4. What was primarily an ice-covered futuristic Technotropolis is now a smoldering and mostly destroyed Technotropolis. The train still runs around the perimeter of the map, but the main city is now in ruins, and it appears there is some sort of terraforming engine at the heart of the map called the Harvester. The changes are minimal in essence, but they change just enough to keep the setting fresh for the duration of the new season. I wouldn't change a whole lot about this game, as it is pretty solid and has been since its launch. Apex has been able to contend with Fortnite ever since its launch, and that right there shows how heavy of a hitter this title is, seeing as Fortnite has all but claimed the Battle Royale shooter world as its territory. If I were to change anything at all with this game, I would probably just add the option to play solo or with one other teammate. It can be a pain with randoms as they are not guaranteed to communicate, and could end up being absolute wet trash in firefights. There isn't really a way to combat the issue of having bad teammates, but what I do like is that Respawn integrated a pinging system that allows you to specify points of interest during play to your teammates. You can highlight weapons, locations, or enemy players, and it is a feature that is invaluable for situations where you're the only one with a mic. More often than not, I find myself running into the problem of having only one other person to squad up with, or none at all, so it would be nice to have the option to just roll with one friend if you don't have two online at the same time. Occasionally Respawn will add limited time runs of duo or solo modes, but there has never been a permanent addition made to the game as of yet, and I feel that doing so would really perfect this already amazing title. Apex Legends is a great free-to-play shooter with little to nothing wrong. I feel like a large part of its success comes from the fact that it is free, because when you don't have to pay outright for a title, you're usually less inclined to feel mad about potential faults, seeing as you didn't throw any money down to feel like you've wasted. If you're a fan of team-based shooters and Battle Royale style games, download Apex today and give it a go. Apex Legends gets 4.5 potatoes out of 5.